Welcome to your second assignment in this Executive Premier Joy Challenge. So, I wanted to have today to talk to you about sampling. Sampling is the key to this business. You are going to be sampling all the way up to Blue Diamond. Why do we sample consistently? Because that's what gets someone an experience. If they have a good experience, then they're going to want to come to a one-on-one, or they're going to want to come to a class, or they want to come to a home party. It gets them over the line. Of course, we'll have people come to classes without sampling, but really you'll do yourself a huge service if you sample. So your warm market means people you already know. Think of people you know in your family and friends who need a sample of something. If you only have one oil that you've gotten so far with doTERRA, look it up, see what it helps with. It actually might help with all the different health concerns that you're thinking of for your friends and family. And if not, reach out to me or your upline and we'll help you out, get some samples. So sampling can happen in several ways, but you can mail it, right? You can do a Facebook post on your business or personal page. If you do it on your personal page, do it, not so often, 20% of the time. But you could say, I'm sampling anyone who has sleeping trouble. I have Serenity and I want to send someone a sample. You could do things like that. There's so many different marketing things that you could do to your friends on your Facebook, offering them a gift, as well as there's even some social media marketing $1 a day posts or $1 a day boosts that you could do to a post. But we'll talk about that later. I really want to get the basics to you about sampling, because we're going to sample all the way through this challenge, and we're going to continuing sampling for the life of the business. It's so fun to give a gift. And even if you never, get an account from that person, it still feels so good to really give something that can help somebody. We know it helps them emotionally, and we know it helps them physically if they use it consistently. And we're going to suggest that the samples that you give, that you literally make out a little document, a quarter sheet of paper that says how to use that sample, to use it daily, to use it morning and night. And I'm going to highly suggest that you make roll-on samples for people. You could do small ones, 5 milliliters with 10 drops in them for an adult. If it's a child, you're going to go lower, ask the child's age, look at the dilution chart, and make it in relationship to that body weight. But most people who you're giving adults, 5 milliliter, you'll put 10 drops of the essential oil in, top it off with carrier oil. And for your 10 milliliter bottles, you'll put 20 drops and top it off. Label it, obviously, and then on your quarter sheet of paper that you give them, literally have the instructions. Put this on morning and night to the soles of your feet, and let them know I'm going to contact you in 3 days. So also on that quarter sheet of paper, you could have a regular class that you always teach on Facebook Live, or you could have a regular class at a, coffee shop or a center or your home. It's so fun to open up your oils around your kitchen table and literally have your friends over. So those are the 3 key pieces of information on your quarter sheet. It's got to have instructions. It's got to have that you're going to contact them in 3 days and your next classes. So that they already understand what that sample entails. It's going to take some pressure off of you when you call them in 3 days, because they already know you're calling them. And you could tell them that as you hand them the sample. Okay, I'm going to give you this sample. It's my precious oils. And, are you okay that I contact you in 3 days? Be very clear. It will save you a lot of anxiety. You'll feel really an ease come over you as you make that call, because they already know you're calling or texting. If that's, something that you reach out first to a text. We are in a texting day. It's really heartfelt, though, if you make that phone call. Okay? And when you make that text or phone call, you're saying, how'd it go? Did you use it consistently? And are you ready to come in and talk about I can give you a free wellness plan, and we can talk more about, a basic class as a one-on-one, or are you ready to come to my next class? I'd really love for you to come now that you've had this experience. And ask them how serious they are about changing their health and their lifestyle. And if the oil helped after 3 days, say, okay, do you see the power of that? Are you ready? And usually they're going to say yes. You're also going to remind them that even when they're putting on the sole of their foot, that they also want to smell the oil, so they get the emotional benefits. And consistency is key. So that's one route to use the roll-on method. You can go to Amazon.com, you can go to Roma Tools, you can get a big batch of roll-ons from Amazon for like $15. You can get like a lot. So, I think also once they do enroll, having a ton of roll-ons is great because those are great gifts that you can give with them so that they can easily make additional samples to come as the future goes on. The other way of sampling is you could get there's 2 sets of samples that doTERRA already makes for you. They make a lemon peppermint lavender sample box of 10. So that's like 30 little oil vials. Or they do the most common blends, Digest and Breathe and On Guard. Right now, I think if you buy those, they're buy one, get one free. So those are also great. They already have the instructions on them. They have common remedies of why people use each oil. And you can literally stick them in your purse with those quarter sheet pieces of paper that still gives them instructions. So obviously they wouldn't have the roll-on, but they would be putting it on neat to their foot. You still want them to have a real experience, or they could mix it with a carrier oil in their hand, a tablespoon or teaspoon of coconut oil, put a couple drops in, and then applying it to their foot 3 days in a row so that when you contact them, they've had a real experience. It's very important that you get those instructions to them. If you don't, it just sits in the bottom of their purse. You call them in 3 days. They have no idea, like, oh, I really didn't get to use it. Okay? That's the second way. The third way is supplements. So if you are on the Lifelong Vitality or the Daily Nutrient, you could easily get some small baggies. We have them at the center. I'll give you a bunch. And you could stick a couple days worth of supplements. And you could label them with some nice sticky stickers. Even you can have them where you put them through your printer and they're really pretty. And you could have like a sample Lifelong Vitality sticker with instructions. A lot of people who've had supplements in the past have had bad experiences because they're synthetic. They're hard to break down in the liver. So, having them have that even one day of a supplement pack can give them the feeling like, wow, this is so much a different experience, these supplements. You could make little sample packs of Terra enzymes, the digestive enzymes. Those are awesome to get to people. There's so many, right, of those supplements that you could, literally make little samples out of, okay? And one second. Okay. So those are the 3 ways of sampling, right? Roll-on, little sample vials, as well as small supplement packs. And you can get those in the mail to people. You can drop them off at their house. You can have them in your purse for on-the-spot meetings. I want you to dive into that warm list of 100 people that you wrote down and just ask which ones of these people need these right away, and let them know you've started a new business. Be upfront about it. Be transparent. Let them know you've got some samples. You'd love for them to give it a try. You know that they've had digestive issues, etc. Okay? Not to mention, people are just going to start texting you and telling you their woes, or you're going to notice your friend's not feeling well on Facebook. And you can reach out just like friends always do. Friends who care, share. Okay? And you're doing this for the life of the business, right? You're constantly going to be sampling people because you care. So our goal is that I want you to sample at least 3 people by Friday. So if you do not have samples, you need to have me help you out. Let me know. But otherwise, use what you have. Think about people that you know that could use those and reach out and give them a gift with the follow-up 3-day rule. And then make sure on your calendar, in your planner, I want you, if you give out the sample today or tomorrow, write in your book, your planner book, 3 days out that you're going to text them or call them. Make sure you write that, start getting used to doing that in your planner so that you're not caught off guard and all of a sudden you've got a ton of samples out. You don't know who they are. You didn't reach out to them. You forgot. I've been there. And this is why that, your planner is so important, as well as your success tracker that I've posted at the last page of the launch guide. It is so important that you keep track of all your sampled people because they always turn into enrollments down the road as long as you properly follow up with them. Even if they don't sign up in 3 days or, set an appointment to meet with you or come to your class, When they run out of that roll-on, they are going to crave it because the earth speaks to them. We are the messenger, the oils are the message. So let the oils do the talking and, or the supplements, and then that way they will be coming back. If they don't come to that class or that one-on-one, they will be coming back. Just know that in your heart and mind that you've shared and the earth is speaking to them. Okay, so just to recap, you're going to sample 3 people by Friday. You're going to write it in your planner to follow up with them. You're going to write it in your success tracker. You're going to make a quarter sheet, and I'll put on this post just what things need to be on that quarter sheet. You can make a bigger piece of paper, but I think quarter sheets are awesome. You could make 4, on a piece of paper. But you need that written piece of information to go with the sample, even if you send it in the mail. With that said, you could take a picture of your business card or take a picture of that quarter sheet information in your phone, and you could text it to them. So as you hand them the sample, you just make sure that you have their cell phone number, and you literally can say, okay, I'm gonna text you right now the sample instructions, as well as you could text them your business card. So it's a great way to very naturally ask for their cell phone number and let them know I'll be contacting you. And here's the information to make sure you don't lose it. So that's another great method if you don't do the actual piece of paper, that definitely make sure you're texting them the instructions and the information needed. Okay? So on the assignment, I want to see just the first name of the 3 people you sampled by tomorrow at noon, or tomorrow at midnight. 3 people, first name only is all that's needed, and then what you sampled them and what day you plan to follow up on them, the date. Okay, it's very obvious, but I just want you to get used to writing it out, because the more you go through the motions, it becomes a natural habit. That's what we're doing this 30 days. It's building habits around the 7 skills. And then, as always, we're going to do our meditation. So let me just make sure I talked about everything. Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. Put your feet on the floor. And if you want to grab an oil, a grounding oil like cedarwood or balance or frankincense, vetiver, you can go ahead and put that on your feet. And we're just going to ask for your consciousness to help us out here and to show you and help you uncover any limiting belief around utilizing and harmonizing and collaborating with the earth gifts. So if you do not have faith, or you do not believe that the earth can really heal, create a healing environment for you or others, then of course when you hand them that sample, it's not going to work. So we're just going to ask for your consciousness to show you the earth underneath you. And we're going to ask for any first moment in time where you possibly didn't trust the earth's gifts. Just let it come to you. It could be a moment in time, a whole childhood period because you went to pharmaceuticals. Let a moment in time show you where you stopped trusting in the gifts of the earth. You didn't think they worked. Maybe your parents didn't think they worked, or grandparents. Good. And try to notice how old you were, and notice how you felt about it. Good. And now we're just going to ask your higher self to go ahead and assist you with clearing any energetic debris that kept you from seeing that the earth actually could assist. So anywhere and everywhere where you built a belief system, a condition, an energetic response, or resistance to allowing the earth to assist you, in that moment, we're just going to ask for it to cleanse, clear, and release, disentangle, unwind. And anywhere that belief or that limitation kept you from not grounding into the earth to receive her gifts just from your feet being on the earth. And ask all that to clear and wash away. Good. And then now that that's released and lifted and cleared, allow the earth to come in and harmonize with you at that age that you're witnessing. So maybe you'll see some light coming up from the earth and harmonizing with you and balancing you. And then I want you to let yourself, your inner child, know, all the people that were involved, that you now are ready to trust the earth. You're now ready to value her gifts, harmonize with them, integrate with them, trust in them. And then send your own thanks through your own light. So the light that you are, the soul that you are, see that coming down, all the way down through your crown, as you feel safe now to ground into your body, because it's safe to be with the earth. All the way down your spine, your legs, into the earth, out your feet. So it's a harmonizing witnessing. You're witnessing the earth coming up and harmonizing with you, and the soul that you are coming all the way down into the physical, down into the body, and down into the earth. Good. And then now come back into your heart space. Just witness that this harmonization has taken place, this balancing of light and dark energy, knowing that that dark energy of the earth was nothing to fear. It was just the denser particles that hold form. It was the formation of the light. Awesome. And now we're going to bring that all the way from that earlier time in your life, maybe even a past life. We're going to bring that same harmonization into now. And as that's happening now, I want you to imagine that you're handing over your 3 samples. You're handing them the information about how to use it, when's your next class, that you're going to contact them in 3 days. And I want you to see them saying, yes, thank you, being in such appreciation. They trust you because they feel your trust in the earth. And then it's 3 days later, and I want you to just see them all handing you over an enrollment form. And there's such gratitude oozing from them, so much light, that they also tell you they're joining the lifestyle membership. They're going to be a monthly participant in taking care of their health. Good. And then thank them and let them all 3 walk away. If you need to pause this tape, you can. Good. And then come back to your body, come back to this present moment. Give thanks to the earth. Give thanks to all those that you will have contact with in the future, all that you've had contact in the past, even the people you sampled in the past that you never heard from. They're going to start calling you now because you've cleansed at the root of you valuing and trusting the earth. Good. And opening your eyes. Awesome. I look forward to seeing your 3 sampled people. And I look forward to hearing that they're ready to enroll on that 3rd day. And some of them will already tell you that they're going to enroll the day you hand them the sample. Okay. Talk to you soon.